So yeah, it's crazy, I know. I was out at a thrift store today and saw this piece, and let me tell you, on the inside it is filthy. Not necessarily inside the drawers, but underneath. And it's got some veneer issues. Let me show you. And the actual top, I wish this would pick up, maybe with the glare. The veneer they use, the clear coat, is so old, it's cracking and just coming off in little tiny shreds. So it's gonna have to be really sanded down. It's got some issues. It's missing handles. It's missing, it's got veneer. But look at this corner here. I love that. And this edging. And it's got a gouge there. But this will be a new project. I love it when someone says I have a cushy job because I sit in the air conditioning and paint all day. Let me just tell you, this isn't the greatest video angle, but I'm sitting on my butt with this on because I'm cleaning out every one of these drawers. And I know you can't tell because I've already cleaned it. I mean, this has already been cleaned several times. But look, see all that gunk? See all that back there? See in this one? I have to disinfect this, clean it out with a toothbrush. I've even used a tiny safety pen to get some of the stuff out of the corners. So this is what I do on a Saturday while I'm supposedly in a cushy job. I love what I do. I am laughing. It's crazy what I'll do. Vintage! Now I'm working on the veneer issues. This had several layers of veneer at the bottom, and because it was in bad shape, I am just using my fingers. Yes, this is why I can't have fingernail polish all the time, although I just did my fingernails last night, but this will take care of that issue. So I am pulling this off across the way. Normally I try to leave it on, but this was too far gone to save, so I'm just pulling this off. I already did the sides. And this will make a flush, and it's real wood, way to paint. The thing is, it's just like removing wallpaper, a little bit at a time, and some pieces come right off, and other pieces take forever. So this is my glamorous job this morning, and try not to get splinters. Use gloves when you do this. Don't do it like I'm doing it, but it is what it is. I'm still working on the veneer. We're pulling it off, but one thing I want to mention, if you don't already know this, it took me a while. Because of this is real wood. This is wood with a little bit of veneer. So this will soak in your paint completely different than this will. So what you can do is I like to take some gator hide or clear coat and paint over this with one clear coat, maybe two clear coats, and then let it dry completely, and then add your paint to the complete piece, because then this wood with the clear coat over it and the gator hide, you can choose either one, gator hide or clear coat by Dixie Belle is what I use. When you do that, it'll react to this part just as well as it will this part, because there's a coating between it and the wood is sucking in the clear coat and not the paint, so it'll react better. Another project, I post me taking the veneer off and scrubbing and scraping, and there it is with all the drawers in it. And then the top, you'll see I had to take it all the way back down. See the dust still from sanding? And at the bottom, the veneer that I worked on. And then you see a little bit of water, but this is all wood, old, beautiful, and it's gonna find a loving home once I'm done with it, because it's gonna look completely different. Hey everyone, I am going to start this project. Well, I've been talking about it. I'm using my Dixie Belle mini brush, which I use all the time. This is the Dixie Belle Boss, and I'm going to seal this with Boss before I even start any of the paint. And the reason why is this wood bleeds through, and I know it for sure. It's coming off as orange on my paper towel when I was cleaning it, and that's a definite sign. If it's coming off orange already, it's going to bleed through, so use your Boss. And I'm just going to open up the Boss. I am not going to wet my brush or the project. Boss, and you see it's just white. And I'm just going to dip in, and I'm going to go straight over the top. I am going to do the sides. I'm going to do the drawer fronts. I'm going to Boss the whole thing because this will bleed through, and I know it for sure. There's no guessing. There's no need to wonder. It's soaking that in. So dry. So you see, you just want to go, just like if you're painting, except for you don't have to worry. You just get it on there. Get a decent coat. Some people go thinner, save what they think is money, but honestly, get a really good coat on there. It doesn't have to be super thick, but you definitely don't want to skimp, because if you do that, it defeats the purpose, and you'll have to cover up all the bleed through later. So again, great product. Just put it on there. Don't be confused with this and Slick Stick. Slick Stick is for when something is shiny on top, just like laminate, metal, or glass. That's when you do Slick Stick, so the paint will stick. I know the paint's going to stick to this because this is real wood. The reason I'm using Boss is because this is a mahogany or a cherry. I can't remember, but either way, either one, it's going to bleed through because it's coming off orange when I'm cleaning it. Which means those are tannins, and those tannins will come through the paint. Now if I use a white paint or a neutral, it'll definitely come through and make a scene where you have to fix it. But if I use Boss, not. If you use a dark color on a piece like this, a black or a deep blue, say bunker blue, the tannins are less visible because the paint is dark and hides it. But I don't know if I'm going neutral with this or not, so either way, it's better, in my experience. Just go ahead and Boss it. Okay, so that was 3 minutes on the nose. And I did the top. Now I'm going to do the fronts of these, and even though you can't see it, the drawer fronts. I'm just going to do the drawer fronts that are down here, and then let it dry for about an hour, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint. I've decided to go with this color. Let it focus in. It doesn't want to focus in. But anyways, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and start. Just going to spray my brush. And then I'm just going to get this first coat on. I know I'm right in the way. Top is done, and we'll keep on doing those in the drawer fronts. I'm working on the lower part, same Dixie Belle brush, haven't changed up. Haven't sprayed it either because this paint I haven't let set up for a while, and it's a little bit runnier than some of the other ones, which is what I wanted. So I don't have to keep adding water. And I didn't want to add a bunch of water because this is one of the ones that I had to boss so that the tannins don't come back through. And when you add a bunch of water on pieces like that, you run the risk of it getting really blotchy from the tannins. So it's better to try to use less water, at least on the first coat, which is what this is. Just want to get it on there. The base coat. Look out for any drips if you can. Just going over that with a feather stroke. Going through the edges. The drawers are out, and I'll be painting just the fronts of those. They're behind me. Let's see if I can zoom out. There you go. And when I paint with drawers out, I like to paint a little bit of the inset, just in case the drawers push in a little bit. Quick fix. And we can always sand it down if it is too much. Getting the insets. There you go. Go ahead and switch over here so you can see this one, and then I'll do the bottoms. See how this door pushed in? So if you don't get those insets, you'll have raw wood showing. You can always go back and touch that up, but if you can go ahead and take care of it while you're in the midst of it, it's better to go ahead and do it then so that you don't have to fix it later, which takes more time and effort. Thicker than usual. This first coat, I have a plan for this, and I'm thinking thicker might be better. Yes, I know that's annoying on the door. Who was I watching the other day that I was doing? Oh, Brushed by Brandy. Follow her on YouTube. She's a hoot, and the door kept making that noise, and it was irritating her. More so than us, I guess. Okay, I'm going to continue doing the drawer fronts. Okay, this is after the first coat. You see the top, because the veneer is off of it, is really soaking in. It's definitely going to need a couple more coats. The parts that still had the veneer took the paint really well. You see some insets where I got to touch up. Again, that's the color. It almost looks white, but it's just the palest, beautiful vintage green. You see it's still wet, it's drying. I've got the fan on. I just wanted to show you where we're at after that last little bit of painting. Alright, I have done the Farmhouse Green, and now I am taking some Robertson Reed 3-ply napkins that I got. I got these at Home Trends, and let's see, it's $3.99 for 32 count. And I am opening up the package. I'm going to use my Dixie Belle Clear Coat Satin and my Mini Belle, or it's called a Belle brush, sorry, by Dixie Belle. And I am going to decoupage this inset. So you take the napkin and you need to get the plies off the back. You want it to be one ply. It just takes a little bit of effort to separate it. And then if you look again, there is another layer. I say that, let me make sure. Ooh, snuffling. Yeah, there should be another layer. So bear with me, this is going to be, just want to get a little bit of the edge. You'll see it pull and separate. Just take a little bit of time. There you go. There's the second layer. So basically you want to get down to that simple layer, this layer. And this one does have that selving on the side where they do little bumpy bumpies, but I don't care. So I am going to take this and I am going to apply it here. And I'm going to use the Dixie Belle as my glue and my, to glue it on and to put a clear coat on it. So I'm going to take my brush in the clear coat and I am going to go ahead and apply it right onto where I'm going to be applying the napkin. I'm going to put it on pretty liberally. If you've ever used Mod Podge, it's pretty much the same concept. Just put it on there. I'm going to come down a little bit because I don't know how far down this goes. There. I painted this probably an hour ago, so. Alright, take my napkin and I am going to just simply put it right in there. Then smooth it out. There are going to be wrinkles and I'm okay with that because I want the shabby chic look of possibly being painted on. There are a lot of wrinkles in this. I would prefer it not to be so wrinkled, but there you go. And then I'm going to take my brush and go right back over. And that gets some of the wrinkles out. I don't know if you can tell. Just taking this brush and working it down. That's definitely helping with the wrinkles. Then I'm going to get another one and put it below so the inset is completely filled with the pretty print. It's floral. The green matched the, well actually I chose the green that I painted, the Farmhouse Green, because I knew I was going to use this color napkin and I wanted it to match up a little bit. So that's why I chose Farmhouse Green for this project instead of Bunker Hill Blue, which originally is what I was going to go for. And I had a different napkin that had some blues in it, but then when I saw this, I was like, this is it. I want some greens with some pinks. Just gonna go that. Letting it tear in some spots, and that's fine. There we go. And I will put probably 2 to 3 more coats of the clear coat over this, but in the meantime, what I'm going to do is go ahead and get that other napkin on. I'm adding a little bit more glue. Grab another napkin. What did I say? There's 32 of these, so you can see coverage a good deal amount. Another napkin. Again, you gotta peel it, and you could have done that. I could have done that before filming, but I wanted to show you that this is my first time doing this, and just show you how hard or not difficult it was going to be depending on how the truthful part of it is. And that's why I keep saying just go with projects, go with stuff. I mean, I bought the napkins ahead of time. I probably bought these a couple months ago actually. When I saw them, I was like, those are pretty. Right, this one's not separating as easily as the other one. You want to get the corner, so as you see, first time was easy, second time I think I'm just not taking my time. Okay, let's see. Did I get it that time? Okay, there we go. Pulling that one ply off. And then there's another ply, because this is a 3-ply. Sometimes they're 2-ply. It'll say right on the front of the package. Some people said you can order these off Amazon, paper napkins, for your search. Of course, as I'm filming, I can't get that second layer off. First time was a charm. I keep working it. I'm going around the edges. Fast forward because this is boring. I know. Okay. Did I get it? Can I use my nail to separate? Come on, work with me. Alright, I got the edge finally. I am not patient at all, by the way. If you ever met me before, you know I'm the most impatient person. I don't like to do things exactly. I don't like to have to make things perfect. So I'm going to use, I might just go ahead and cut some of this off because I am going to be using it on the other side as well. So I'm just using scissors and cutting this extra off. I think I'm going to do like this. Yes. Okay, the paint, it's been a few minutes, so I'm gonna, sorry, the glaze, the clear coat had dried a little bit and I want it to be really wet. So I'm reapplying and I'm going over the other one. There. You want it to stick, you'll feel it almost grab it. So I am going to simply put it right there. Yeah, it's bubbling up a little bit. Push it down. And then I'm going to take that brush, dip it back into there again, and this time I'm going up because there's a little lip. I don't know if you saw this lip on the edge is detailing. Right, that's getting some of the wrinkles off. It did overlap a little bit, and you can see a little bit of that. But for this project, because I'm going to be sanding it back, I really don't want to worry about it nor care. I mean, I care, but that's why I said I'm not very patient, and I like projects that allow you to go with it. If it frustrates me and has to be exact, yeah, I can't do that, honestly. Okay, I'm going to put the top back on the jar. I will be doing the other inset, and what I'm going to do is take a piece of sandpaper. Let's see if I have one of those close by. I think I would plan for these things. Sandpaper. Just have a piece of sandpaper. And I'm going to just go like that. Tear it off a little bit. I want to tear it in between. I'm going to just pull it. Might have to reset some of this, but that's okay. So I will touch that up. I actually don't want it on this part, so I'll be sanding that down. So I didn't do it at the top, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I will be leaving that on there. Now that I see it, I kind of like it. Wasn't the original plan. Just pull it. There. See how it's pulling away? I didn't want that to happen, but because again, I don't care about perfection. I'm not gonna let that bother me. I see what's happening. It's still wet over here pretty good, so go to this side, start pulling on this side. Just gonna rip it and keep my finger there to keep it. If I had a sanding block, it would be better. And I do have one, I just don't have it right here near. Okay, there's that. This way a little bit. It's still pretty wet down here, so that's why it's. Fix that by using a sanding thing, a sanding block. Use my brush that's still wet. Your dad's on his way to pick you up. Okay, there you go. Messy, not perfect, nor should it ever be perfect. We don't want perfection. And now you'll see. I'm gonna just add a couple more layers, and then I can't see. Hopefully you can see. Do the other side of that inset the same way. Alright. Decoupaging with napkins. Alright, I trimmed it up a little bit. You see all the little bubbles and marks. That's okay because it is what it is. It's going to be shabby chic cute. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to add several more coats of Satin Clear Coat by Dixie Belle. Here's the one on the left. And then I will be distressing it and making it shabby chic once it dries. I may let it dry overnight and do the layers tomorrow morning because it's getting late and we have to eat. Again, these are the napkins. I got these at Home Goods. I may have said Home Trends earlier. Home Goods. I went with my mom and my sister, and it was only $3.99, and there are 32, and it's a 3-ply, which makes it really, really nice. Robertson Reed. I had to set this one aside for a little bit to take over 2 estate sales that we were processing, and now with the hurricane coming, it's hard to tell, but this is really a green, a farmhouse green. It looks white, but it's not. Maybe if I get closer, the green will come through. But this is what I'm working on. Trying to get it done before the hurricane comes. I'll get those out with an iron. My shabby chic farmhouse piece. Thanks to Hurricane Dorian, I don't have time to get this finished product staged. Of course, all the kids want to hang out. But I did today. I got it clear coated several times, and then I got glaze put on it, which is this part. I sealed it, ironed it, put in the new handles that were custom ordered for this piece because it had lost all its handles. Unearthed that lock. So there you have it. the handles, the processing. Wish I had a better after, but it'll be making it to the store to make room for the generator. Sorry, not in the house, but room for other things.